Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that was sent to me by one of our admins. The translation, it reads like this. Let me start by saying this. I have no regrets. If that makes me a monster in your eyes, so be it. People, they do spend their whole lives trying to make something out of themselves, but most of them, they fail. Not me. From a very young age, I was someone who had that determination to make it in life. I hated poverty because I grew up in a very poor family. I got what I wanted and I did it without caring about who I had to step over. You can say that my only crime is doing what I have to do to survive so that I can thrive. Like I always say, I came to win, to conquer, and to survive and to thrive. You can call me Tandy, not a real name, and I come from a very poor family in the Eastern Cape. Life was hard growing up. We barely had enough to eat, let alone the luxury of dreaming of something better. My mother was a domestic worker. My father drank himself to death when I was just a girl, and I had to drop out of school to help out at home. That was when I met Jacob, not his real name, my husband. I saw him as an escape. The reason as to why I saw him as an escape, it was because he was working and he was giving me money on a monthly basis. So the money that he was giving me, at least I was able to assist my mom by covering some expenses at home. I did not love him as such. I was much more beautiful and he did not deserve a woman like me. He was someone that was not rich, but he had a good job. And more importantly, he loved me even though I did not. He was a kind man, soft and always eager to please me. He worked hard, and though we lived a modest life, it was better than what I had known before. Then there came the accident. A truck hit Jacob whilst he was going to work one morning. The driver did not stop. It was a hit and run. Later on, it was discovered that the man who had hit him with the truck, he was using a fake license from Lesotho. And that man, he was later caught. But even though my husband survived, he was never the same. The accident left him paralyzed from the waist down. Our life took a drastic turn. He lost his job, and I became the sole breadwinner, working long hours as a shop assistant to make ends meet. Our savings drained really fast, and soon enough, I was staring poverty in the face again. The one thing I had run away from all of my life. I hated poverty then, and I still hate it now. I started to hate Jacob. To some of you out there, you might say, that sounds really cruel, but it was really difficult. As a beautiful woman sitting there watching your paralyzed husband, a poor paralyzed husband, useless and dependent on me. It made my blood to boil, for I was not built for this life because I have the body of a supermodel, scraping by, counting coins, wondering where the next meal would come from. And so I did what most people do not have the courage to do. I started looking for a way out. I was researching online, trying to find a way to join the Satanic Church, but I could not get anyone who could assist me. Most of the people that I met on Facebook, it turned out that they were scammers, those ones that say they can make you to join Illuminati. I tried several times to be an Illuminati member. Then I said, since I used to hear stories about some people that go to Sangomas, people that do Ukuthwala, I said it is far much better that I do the same thing rather than this thing of watching countless documentaries about Illuminati 666, and I could not find people who could make me to join their occult club. So I started speaking with the Sangomas from my area, and then that was when I was given some numbers. I did not speak with that Sangoma. One day, after another argument with Jacob about money, I decided that enough was enough. I then spoke with the Sangoma, and he said it is fine, I should come to Johannesburg. So I had some money that I had saved up that I wanted to use to run away from Jacob. I came to Johannesburg, and then I met with that man who did not even mince his word. He said that I was there to get money, and indeed I said I wanted wealth. I wanted to be filthy rich. Even though he told me that there is nothing that comes for free, I had to sacrifice something. For everything in this world, it comes at a price. I was ready to do anything. I was not shocked. And as he suggested, he told me that since my husband was already crippled, someone that has a disability has a high value when you are doing Ukuthwala rituals. So what I needed was to use my husband Jacob in the ritual to sacrifice him, not to kill him, but I had to keep on using him, using his disability. The more the pain that I give to him, the more the money that I make, like emotionally abusing him. He has to see me with other men. He's even suggested that even if you are able to bring in your boyfriends into the house, when he is seeing you, the more that he suffers, the more the money that you'll start to make. So it is not only the boyfriends that I bring into the home. There is something else that I was given. I was given a black mamba to take with me from Joburg to Eastern Cape. So this black mamba, it was hidden in a bag, and throughout the journey I was scared that some people in the taxi might even notice that I have a big black mamba in my school bag. But I had been given some charms so that the taxi will never get stopped at any roadblock and people will not notice that I had a snake. When I arrived back home, I was told that I had to go to the graveyard first. That is where I left that snake. I opened the school bag and the black mamba just got out of the bag. It looked at me once and hissed, and then it went into the graveyards and I went straight home. When I went home, that was when it started coming. So this snake, what it does is that when I am lying in my bed, it comes and then it wraps itself around me as it will be making love to me. How exactly it makes love to me, I really do not know. It is just that I would feel like the same pleasure that a woman feels when she is making love to a man. That is all that I feel. As for my husband, he was just shocked with the way that I got a job, and after that I got a promotion, and then I started getting money out of nowhere, like the healer had told me. He said just open up a small business. So I started a small business, and from there on I got a very big tender. So this is what happens to me. Every 3 months the snake comes to me. I'm not afraid of it. That is the ritual that I have to pay so that we can live the life that we have. We have a beautiful house, cars, a business, and more money than you can ever spend. It makes love to me. I also have boyfriends, but I do not bring them at all the times. I only bring them so as to emotionally abuse my husband. His suffering is what gives us money. Like I use another spare bedroom when I have my boyfriend, and there is nothing that he can do about it. And he is stuck with me because of the way that I have so much money. He knows that if he returns back to the village with the way that he is paralyzed, he is going to suffer even more. I told him that it is far much better for me to have a boyfriend since his manhood is no longer working. So I said, what am I supposed to do? But what he does not know is that the reason as to why I do that, it is because of my rituals. So judge me if you want. You can call me heartless, call me cruel, but understand this: I am more rich than you are, and I am more free than you are, and I can do whatever it takes to stay that way. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world.